Hello everyone, welcome back. So you can see by the title, today we are doing a full face of makeup only using Revolution products. So I have a love-hate relationship with Revolution. There's so many things here that I've got that I've never even tried before, and there's a few things that I've tried and I actually really like. And this is something that I have that I'm not really a fan of, but I'm going to use it because it's actually all I have. And you'll find out what that is. So today I'm just going to do my everyday kind of what I would just do every day, which is such a simple look for you guys, because I want to test to see how good this makeup really is, because obviously Revolution is like a brand that is so affordable, like it's a drugstore kind of brand, and there's some hits and miss and some things like I want to try out. Like I've never used their skincare range, so I've got an hydration boost of theirs, which is a moisturiser, which I'll be testing out for you today. But let's just get on into the video. Okay guys, so first obviously I start off with moisturising my face and priming it. So for the moisturiser I have here is the Hydration Boost from Revolution. It comes in a little box like this. So this is what it looks like. So pretty standard, it's very heavy, like it's a very nice like container. I actually really like how this looks, it's rose gold. But let's open it and see what it looks like. So that's what it all looks like. Comes with obviously a little protector. So I'm just going to use the product on the little protector thing, because you know. So it's yeah, definitely like a creamy consistency, nothing weird about it. So I've got a little bit. Okay, so first impressions of that, as you can see, nice glow, which is nice. Feels really lightweight, feels definitely moisturising. Like, still a bit obviously wet, but definitely feels nice. It's not like that proper, you know, like when you put nice moisturiser on and it gives you that like fresh feel. I don't really get that fresh feel from it, but it's definitely something I would use. Like I would definitely add this onto like makeup routine so far, but let's see how it feels with the primer on top. Okay, so for primer I used this before in a previous video, but the Blur Prime Primer. This is really nice, but really good product. Like it's not the best, like there's definitely better things, but it's really good for what it is. So I always put a little bit, and normally I just put this over my like T-zone, but because obviously as you can see I have acne, it just blurs that out a little bit. So like when foundation sits over the top of it, they don't actually poke through that much. Okay, now it's on. Another reason why I really like this is because it mattes it down, because obviously as the time I rather start off with a like matte finish, and if you're wearing makeup throughout the day for like 8 or so plus hours a day, or even 6 or so plus hours a day, like sometimes you get really oily hair. Quite a few people do, I definitely do. So I always like to start off with an matter base, which is why I like to pack on powder and stuff, because as the day goes on that just disappears. And normally you spray like, sometimes I spray like a dewy kind of finishing spray, and that enhances and gets rid of most of the matte sometimes. Okay, so next up I will be doing my brows. This is something people find weird that I do my brows first, but quite a few people do. Like just because obviously I like to make them sharp brows. If I wanted more of a natural brow, then I wouldn't do my brows first, but because I'm one of those people that prefer like a sharper brow that you can tell is kind of fake, so yeah. But this is the brow kit I'll be using. So I've actually used, I think, their older version of this one. This is a newer version of the one that I used to use. So open it up. It's got a massive mirror. See my camera there? So I'll be using the Morphe brow brush. Looks like this, M158, sorry. Just like this simple brow brush. Easy peasy. Okay, so you can see that's the brows on, looking a bit crazy. I absolutely love that product. That's definitely a lot better than the other one or that older version. Like it was so pigmented, and as you can see it is a little bit more warm on the warmer side tones, and I did put an cool brown powder over the top. So that's the only thing I dislike about it, is that it's a warm brown and it doesn't have like a cool brown. Okay, next thing I'll be doing is foundation, but obviously because the shade I have is too dark, I'll be mixing these two together. So here we have the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. This is shade F10, and it was the light I went into Superdrug to buy stuff, and they actually had next to no stock, and I think this was the lightest one that wasn't opened that I could see. CC Perfection Foundation in Revolution, this one, because this is a dupe for a higher brand and it's really good. And obviously this shade is perfect, however it's a bit on the pinky side, whereas I'm more neutral, whereas this is actually not neutral, it's more on the pinky side. So yeah, we'll be mixing them together on my hand. Okay, so there we go. You can see I've mixed the shades on my hand using a 1:2 ratio. So 1 part this to 2 parts this to get skin colour, and that's a really great match. See, if you pick up the wrong shade, you can always fix it by mixing things. Products may not agree, so be careful, because I've done that before with 2 completely different brands and it did not work very well. Okay, so that's the foundation on, and you can see I literally mixed it to the perfect shade, and I'm so happy, and it looks incredible. It is very glowy, but I'm actually really liking the look of this. You can see obviously I've mixed the two together and they mix very well so far. We'll find out throughout the day what happens, but it covers up my acne very well. Obviously you can still see my mole and stuff here, which is not a problem. That's the main thing, covered all the imperfections. Okay, so for concealer I'm using the Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, and I don't know if this shade would be too light. It was the lightest shade they have besides Pure White. This is C2. It's not light enough. Okay, so in person it looks lighter than what it does on camera, but this is definitely like this is definitely the shade for not if you want bright concealer. So this is like skin matching, which is not bad actually. I don't mind that. Okay, so that blended out really quickly and really well with this foundation. Like, it's definitely got rid of all the dark circles in my eyes, which I'm very happy about. But now what I'm going to do is actually bake and then do my eyes and conceal my eyes. The reason why I'm doing this, because this is actually really weird apparently, and not many people do that, is because obviously here I get lines. Like, you can already see it, creases. So what I always do is I like to bake that crease, because that really annoys me, and it actually works very well. Normally I use the Jeffree Star one, and I'm literally running solo on that, but obviously this is only Revolution, so I have to bake and finish. I use a tiny brush like this. The brush I'm using is the Morphe M44, and then because it's really fluffy I just dab it. But first to get rid of that, I just knocked the thing in my drawer. But I always will beauty blend, get rid of that crease, and then dab this on. You can see it's white. Normally I would use a lot bigger brush, but because this is so white and it actually makes it go white, it doesn't look that bad on camera, but in person it does, and it can have flashback. Warning, I use this like when I first used it, like how I would use the Jeffree Star one, and I got really bad flashback and it was not good on cameras. Like, look at that, that's literally white. So you can see the difference is actually looking really nice on camera. Revolution, you are doing something. But obviously it's very weird. Normally I'd use a lot bigger brush than this, but obviously you can see there's a reason why. Okay, so as you can see, I'm all baking in the oven now. So I go onto my eyes. Obviously you're going to be using the same concealer. Pop that on, and then I'll be using a Revolution palette, and you're going to be shocked when you see this one. Okay, so concealer on my eyes, and now the eyeshadow I'll be using. Obviously I'm just going to be doing a neutral, basically kind of skin tone one, but shiny. That is right, this is massive. So it's 144 highlight pigmented shades. And the funniest thing, this isn't even the biggest one I own. I own one so much more bigger than this. Like, it literally is the size of my drawer, and it's at the very bottom of my drawer, so that's why I haven't picked it up, because it's on everything lies on top of it where it's so big and it's a nightmare to get to. So I got the second biggest, because they're the only two ones I own, I think. Just because it's a neutral shade, I'll be using this fluffy brush from Morphe. Okay, so I'll be using this brush. I don't think it's from Morphe, I cannot remember. If it is, it's the 251 from Morphe, the Iron Crease Contour Brush. Don't know if that's Morphe or not. I don't know, I cannot remember. There's a mixture of different brands in this lovely brush pot I have. Okay, now I'm gonna go in like a pinky kind of sparkly shade. There is a lot of fallout in this palette, so be warned with if you ever want to use something like that. This. Okay, so now that shade's on. Obviously I love to highlight my brow, so I'll be using the very light sparkly kind of shade. Okay, so that's that. Very simple, very shiny, very nice. I do love some of the shades, like their shimmer, that's the word. Every time I'm like, shiny, what's the actual word? It is going through my head. Shimmer, that's the one. I get words mixed up, I apologise. And then that would be that. And then eyeliner. Okay, so I need a really good eyeliner. I've been using I normally use the NYX one, but I always like to use up a product before buying another one. I say that with all of this, but the one we'll be using is this one. I picked up because it looked really cool. So it's a pen. This is what it looks like. This is the I'm not even going to try to say that long word. Look, that's the name of it. Can't say that long word. Not going to even try. Obviously it's a pen. It looks like, that's what it kind of looks like, just a basic pen really. Let's do a little swatch on my hand first. That is a very wet product. That scares me. Okay, so I've done some lines on my hands just to work with the product, because some are very dry, some are very wet. I don't think I'm gonna like this product, because obviously you see the swipes 2 seconds ago. If you can see up close, okay, you can see it's going in the like creases of my hand, is melting, so I have a feeling this is not going to be a good product. Already guys, I've just wiped it. It expanded on my eyes. If you want to, okay guys, if you want a little tip for winged liner, this is something that I didn't know how to describe, and now I do. So literally line like this, right? You can see where your eyelid crease is there. Go to, like, then draw the line from that crease to the point. Okay, like so, you can see it gives it a very nice little flick. And bring it down to the point of your eye. Like so. Colour that all in. Okay, now you've coloured that all in, you're going to connect a very thin line here. Like so. So I will tell you, this product has done exactly what it's done on my hand. So where it like melted in the crease, it has expanded a little bit, and it's gonna, not like a sharp, it's not very point to point like the NYX one does, so I definitely will not be using this like if anything, I'll definitely be using this as a last resort when my NYX one, or NYX, however you want to pronounce it, runs out. And then what I also like to do, just because I don't know why, I just like doing it a little bit under here, connecting here, literally a tiny fraction just in the corner there. Okay, so that's that eyeliner on, so it looks really thick compared to in person. Okay, so next we'll be doing is mascara. So like I said previously, I don't know if I'm gonna use lashes or not, so I'm gonna attempt it without lashes, and then I probably will be like, okay, that'll do. But this is the Waterproof Revolution, and this is what it looks like. Basic. They only had this and a blue one, because they were about to put out the stock, I think. But looks basic. So this is what the applicator looks like. It scares me because there's a lot of product on there. Literally, let me show you what it looks like. I dunk it and there's so much product on there. I'm not too bad. I actually prefer my lashes looking dramatic and extra rather than natural. So I'm gonna curl my lashes and see you in a second. Okay guys, so I've applied it and you can't even tell that I have lashes on. It could be because of my eyeliner is really thick, but if I look up, normally with mascara you can tell. Like the mascara I've been using beforehand is this Max Factor one, and this one it's alright, but obviously I'm so disappointed. Like, it's really clumpy and you can't even tell I have lashes. Like, my lashes are naturally really long, but you can't even tell. Like, could be the eyeliner fault, but I'm literally like widening my eyes and you can't even see it. Like, even in person it looks really bad. Like, it looks like proper clumps. So that one is a no-go, and I am not even gonna bother. I'm gonna take that off camera and then use the Max Factor one and put some lashes on, because I thought this will be alright. Most waterproof ones are good. That was sad. That is just sad. So I'll see you in a second when I have lashes on. Okay, so that's the lashes on. So these are very obviously different kind of lashes. I always go for these kind of lashes. These are my favourite kind. But now we are doing contour. So I have a palette and I have a separate powder. So obviously this is the matte base powder. These come like this. They have a variety of different shades. This I was thinking more of a bronzer kind of feel, obviously. But I think I'll start off by using the palette. So this is the Ultra Contour palette. This is what it looks like. I have not used this since I got it, and I only used it for swatches, to be honest, because this is what it looks like. Obviously it comes with two highlighters, obviously all matte shades, different undertones on all of them. So these are the more neutral ones, these are the more pinky, and then this is the more warmer, but this is a shimmery shade, and obviously highlighters. So I'll start off by using this, but I'll be using the Morphe E4 brush. I've used this all the time when I do my contour, no different. Okay, so this is definitely the ashy tone one I am using. Use this to see how it works, because obviously I brought it to see how it works, so let's test it. Okay, so pigment is definitely there. Tap my brush off. There is a lot, there's like a medium amount of fallout in the pan. The difference, not too bad. Okay, so obviously I look so crazy and nothing's blended because I still have powder on my face, but we're about to get to that in a second. Okay, so next, blush. So I use, this is my favourite blush palette. I use it, it's very used, you can see. So this is Dream Blush palette. So it's literally blush palette, Dream Blush. So the reason why I love it is because it's got loads of different shades of blushes. None of them are shimmery, which is not too problem. But I'm going to be going into mixture of these two. So one's a bit more peachy, one's a bit more lighter pink. Literally just one dab each on the bone, and then dab dab. Okay, so now this is where everything blends together. So first I'm going to be using a brush like this. This is not a Morphe one, this is a BH Cosmetics one, 124. And any excess powder first. Now I still look really crazy. This is where we grab this one. This is the same matte base powder, P3 shades. So this is literally skin tone colour. So I do this all the time. Product. So I've done half of it with the powder so you can see how it looks. See, it just blends everything nicely. And obviously when that gets too white, it literally just blends in nicely and sits. And any harsh contour, it just blends. So the difference, 1, 2, crazy contour, blended contour. Okay, so guys, that is all done. So now, highlights, my favourites. So this is actually, I think, a brand new one they've come out with. I hate some of their Revolution highlights, I'm not even gonna lie. Some people love them, but I'm like, I'm not a fan of some of them. Like, I have one and it looked white in the pan, right? No yellow undertones. I put it on my skin, it was yellow. Like, not even a nice, like, skin colour. It was, like, really bad. Not even white. It was really bad. So I've not actually gone back to use, I haven't used anything since. But obviously this one comes in a little package like this, which is so cute. I love this kind of packaging. This is called Glass Crystal Illuminator. What shade is this one? So this is a face and body highlighter. This is the little white shade, I believe. This is what it looks like. Really cute. I love this sort of thing. So packaging, really nice. Let's open her up. Ooh, okay. She is definitely crystal. So this is what she looks like. Beautiful. But I'm gonna do a swatch and see what this looks like on my hand. She creamy. Guys, this is a creamy highlighter. So this is the swatch on my hand. So I went 3 strokes, you can see on my finger, and then placed it. So I love the look of that on my hand. It is a creamy highlighter. That's pretty cool. I've not actually had a broad creamy highlighter. Jeffree Star all the way, normally. Let's try it. I always use this brush as an highlighting brush, which is really weird. I don't know why, but I do. But I've seen someone else do it, so I don't feel so bad anymore. But this is the Morphe M501. This little thing here. Okay, she bright, she good. Like, look at that. That was one lit. I'm lightly touching my face, guys. Just blend that out a little bit. But guys, the difference, absolutely nothing to beauty. This is blinding. I love a blinding highlighter. So this, okay, Revolution, you've come through. You come through. This is good. Compared to what I've used before, this is beautiful. Beautiful. I think I might end up picking this one up, you know, and using it in my daily routine. She is definitely blinding highlighters are great. So now I will do lipstick. I'm not a massive fan of lipsticks. I normally just put a gloss on and leave it when it comes to looks like this. However, I did not buy any lipstick because I thought I have some. I don't really want to waste money and buy more. So these are the ones I have at the moment. All of these shades I got near Christmas time, and I can't tell you the name of these ones because they came in a set, but But obviously I've got 3 kinds of reds and then 2 nudes. This one's definitely too light, so normally I'd go for a red, but this one is not the best by itself. I've used this before. I definitely need to put something underneath it first, because these are glosses, I think. Pretty sure these are glosses. But either way, we're going to be using this nude one, because I'm just going to end up taking it off soon anyway, so yeah. Okay, so that is the gloss on. It's really cute, really natural, nude. Like it. I can't tell you what shade it is because the writing's rubbed off there where I keep it in my drawer, and it doesn't have it anywhere else. So I'm sorry guys, I can't tell you what one this is because it has no writing on the back because it's rubbed off. But also, so this is the look, almost complete. So you can't, ever since I started using set sprays, I cannot stop. So let's set this. So this was the one I picked up because I've always wanted to try this. Took the lid off, but this is what it looks like. You can't really see it because it's like, it's got a bit of like a matte kind of finish. Like, you can't really see through it, but you can see previously that it's definitely got more glow. Doesn't really smell of anything. It's leaked a little bit as I sprayed it. It's leaked out from here a little bit. Might shook up a bit too much, to be honest. Might shaking a bit too well. But it's definitely dewy, and it's definitely got glitter. Like, I can see in my face when I go like this, there's glitter all down here. So if you want dewy makeup, you saw how much powder I put on my face, and now the powder's pretty much disappeared. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Everyday kind of basic glam using Revolution and only Revolution products. All good really. Nothing really horrible to say besides mascara. And eyeliner is like 50-50, but mascara, don't even bother with that one. Try a different one. But now you've learnt some tips and some tricks of basic makeup. Hope you enjoyed. Comment down below what other brands you want me to test out for you guys and things like that, and if there's any other recommendations you'd like to see on my channel, comment down below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends and family about me, and don't you worry, quarantine hopefully it'll be over soon, but it's okay. Got your back, got you entertained in the meantime. But I'll see you all next week. Stay safe.